Hello there. So, our agents never sleep. They've been working on the website over the weekend, and I wanted to give an update on new features and functionality. First on our agents, we've got our newest one, Sierra. We've been working a lot on Sierra, Kai, Leon, and Link over the last 24, 48 hours. Also, Aria too. And a little bit of Scott. So, I'm going to give you a quick update on all the new things that's been released. So Sierra is the overall agent that takes care of the entire platform, and eventually she will be managing all of the agents herself. So this is her short-term memory. Little features have been added here, like being able to, she can now prioritize her own tasks, and I can override them if I want to. This is her long-term memory. She's also added here now this, and also target dates for each of her long-term goals or memories. Noodles is a brand new thing, so this allows self-reflection of her system. So she journals every single day on a weekday. So she just came online with journals on Friday, and she's going to be using the self-reflection loop to then look at her journal every week and then to do reflection on the journal itself. So she has meta thinking, so to speak. And then she also has a self-performance review every month. I have it right now set for the interval. She's going to review her own job performance critically, constructively to see, is she doing a good job? How could she be doing a good job? And really looking abstractly across her whole role. She also is going to be auditing every single one of the other agents on a monthly basis to determine how well they're doing. She does skill capability self-assessment. And then she has some hygiene loops where she goes through and double checks her short term memory if they need storing, if things need to be, because when things there are done, they are not just automatically deleted, they're left in a done state. And then during this phase, she's able to determine, do I need to take anything I've learned in there and then store them into long-term memories or store them into new skills or new things that she needs to develop. So anyway, so she's a very, very high level thinker agent that's being designed. Scott, the main thing here, this is the research where he goes off and learns new techniques and tools and then applies them to be the ultimate SEO, GEO research agent. But the main new thing here is that he reported that there were some feeds that were still having issues. It turns out that a couple of these feeds don't have RSS feeds, either broken or maybe they just don't have it turned on. We don't know. But so he basically proposed an alternative method to get to these feed sources so you could still read the pages. So there's like a little fire icon next to the ones that he's now still able to read from. So getting around the RSS problem. So that was just a small fix. And then I think Friday, there was 3 more new learnings that got reviewed, assessed, and applied to improve his technique. Aria, here we have, this is more like visualization of what she's already doing. So this is her, I guess I'm working backwards. Well, let me start here from the writing process. This is her writing process. This is if you're controlling the system and you want to see exactly what is her thought process on these steps. This is where your tone of voice and guideline goes so that she knows how to write exactly like you want her to write, either like you or some designed tone of voice that you have. Design layout. So this is what she self-learned from the website, what's our brand colors, and then how to build components, format the pages, style tables specifically, because they have a lot of things related to them. And then also so we're using Cadence theme, but this could be whatever theme you have, Divi or whatever. So she went through, learned the pattern of how the entire website is built using Cadence so that she can build pages in Cadence exactly the way Cadence expects it. And then image direction, so these are all the images she's generated most recently. So you just kind of get a quick overview of this. And then these are her image style directives. She has many. And then she also has a technique where she does cool down so that she's not repeating the same style over and over. If she's used a particular style too much, she'll cool it down so that she picks other styles so that we get a nice diversity. And then there's also an art direction style guide at the bottom here you could click and view. Kai is very actively being developed right now. Kai is getting the entire research and lens self-learning adapting CRO training technique that Scott is getting to help with conversions. Once that's fully finished, I will publish it here on the dashboard, do a video, but right now it's still being designed. Actually, it's being coded in the background right now while we're talking. But in the meantime, this CRO page is new. In terms of visualizing it here, you had this data, but we just weren't showing it. This is like the, what's been happening in the last 30 days since we've put the system online, and how many sessions, active users, engagement rate have we seen improve on the website. And leads, I'm not going to click it because I don't want to show people's email addresses on a video, but that's what's in here is all the leads that come in, whether they're qualified or not. Daisy did not get anything new right now. Leon, so he has had some major development in the last 24, 48 hours related to tightening of security policy. And so we're doing even more work on that. And then he wrote also a case study on that. So we're going to be able to publish his case study on the hardening of OpenClaw. So that case study already got wrote as well in the last 24, 48 hours from him. So it's going to go over to Scott probably on Monday to draft as a brief. And then you'll probably see it on the website on Tuesday. That's how fast it goes. Link, we had a lot of work done on Link as well. So, but it's not visualized yet. So the idea with Link is that he's taking all of the knowledge from all of our team, especially me, who updates things like, business strategy or customer profile or, whatever knowledge it might be. If I'm in a meeting and I want to store the meeting into our knowledge base, I add it in. Link takes all that aggregate knowledge from everybody and all the agents on the website, and he then does a merge of the data. And then if there's any issues in it, he will flag them. If there's none, which most likely there won't be, does all the merge at nighttime while I'm sleeping so that there's zero risk of humans still working on the knowledge. And then all the agents are also pretty dormant during the evening too, because that's the great time for doing all the admin and upkeep work. So during that evening, he goes through and does all the knowledge merge sync, and then actually it's using Git, so it pushes it back into the Git repository. And then anyone else who needs to access that knowledge for other AI applications or internal chatbots or whatever it might be, gets access to that centralized knowledge store. So Link is the knowledge management repository. So on these subpages, we're going to be getting more and more tabs that show stuff about knowledge management, so you, the administrator of the system, can actually see what he's doing. Admin, the only thing that changed here is I just moved things more into this admin console area. This is really back-end piping. This would be more, typically me, some engineer who's building this or modifying it. So these are kind of like all the flows in there. Nothing really changed in here. This is just like the piping of the whole system, and the integrations, nothing changed either. This is the deployment setup. So anyway, that's the update of what's been spec'd, tested, all the way through released, and then things are in development just in the last 2 days. Hope you liked it. And if you're interested, let me know.